Okay, so let's do a quick review. We're going to be renewing the advanced weights, but not just renewing them, but making them better. So we want to get more wear resistance on these than it is. This is just brass, and what I want to do is I'm going to use this 544 bronze. This is a bearing material. It's very hard, but a great bearing surface. So we're going to use this raw material. We're going to machine it. We're going to machine these that are so out of round and everything, and then we're going to renew it with the bronze. So we're going to put something in here. We're going to put it in here, and that's what we're going to do. Now, this pin right here, the steel pin, is worn out also. Let's just show this rides in this piece here. It has slots right there, and then it fits in here, and then this rotates, slides back and forth. And when I put it on the worn out one, you can see the slop in there. Now, if I put it on one that is slightly worn, it's very little, hardly anything, which is fine. This pin is actually in good shape. This one actually is in good shape. These have had to have been replaced on the car at some time, but they kind of skipped this side. So whatever, that's the story. So bronze, new steel. Okay, and then we're going to make new pins that go on the springs. This pin needs to be remanufactured. It's kind of grooved in here, which catches the spring somewhat. So you want this smooth riding inside the spring. So even if this head isn't so bad, we have a problem in here. So this is going to be remanufactured. So by doing those aspects to it, and of course the drum repair, the distributor should be in pretty good shape, and of course changing the bearings out. All right, let's see what we can do. Okay, so kind of get the idea that I'm enlarging the oblong hole to make it a round hole. So that's what the milling machine is doing right now. I had to do a lot of alignment, and the time wasn't in boring the hole. The time was in making an accurate cut. So anyway, so that's what's going on these weights. Okay, here we go. This is going to be an actual tool that I'm going to be able to make the alignment for the angle for where the spring assembly goes into. So I need to be able to align the weight, and then I can bore into it. Okay, let me explain this a little bit more. So we went and we bored this, oversized so that we can put in a bronze bushing. Now we have the hole on the side. Now when you see the spring assembly put in this hole, you'll see that, it's just totally wobbly. So what I want to do is my datum is going to be this here and here. That's my datum. So what I'm going to do is when I put this in, this wants to go in and set. Now you can see the gap there that we need to machine out. So with this in, then I put it into the mill, and when I get it set up in the mill, then I will clamp this. So now I'll be perfectly straight up and down with this 8mm. Then I'm going to then take this out and then substitute it. This is all locked in. I just lower the table down. I take the collet out, I put in a larger collet with a end mill, and then I'm able then to plunge the end mill down to clean up this area. So that's the next step we're going to do. So just to give you a total idea, I put this inside here, Now it's locked on the bottom where there's no wear, and there's a 4 millimeter hole on there that the pin can go through. That hasn't been affected by wear. So I'm going to be able then to bring this up into the clamp, and I'll be able to vise this thing right in the correct spot. Then I'll lock the table, and then I will then put in a cutter to cut this hole larger. Okay, so we bored the first one. We're going to go for another one now. Okay, so we've gone ahead and we're machining some of this bronze bushing. Does not machine really well because it is pretty hard, but I think it's going to be much better than brass. So there's going to be two different bushings, and both of them different sizes also on the outside and inside diameter and length. So everything's different, but anyway, two different styles. Okay, here's the bronze bushings, and once they go in, they'll be trimmed for length. I want to make sure that everything is long enough, goes in right, and then I can always trim.